yeah.
That's impressive.
Why wasn't I recording then? What are you drinking?
That was just water.
See, that was soft drink.
Bad.
That was it sounded exactly like Barney from The Simpsons.
I do those quite a bit actually, and I'm like, wow, that's totally Barney.
Yeah, unintentionally at first, and then it happens, and yeah, that's awesome.
Let's never drink alcohol again. And we never did.
Next minute. Welcome to the Gibson Brothers podcast. Get Into Gate, episode 87. We are talking double Jeopardy. We are the Get Into Gate team. My name is Mitch. Joining me, as they do each and every week, Matty.
What's up?
Brendan.
Hello.
Reese.
Come try.
Oh, he's back. Hey, you know who else is back? Our very own Arlen, is it? Is it Arlen that does it? Can you be Arlen? Can you be Arlen? Can you be Harlan? Josh is back.
H at the start.
Harlan.
Tech my tech. My fellow warriors. Tech my tech.
Classic Harlan. If you're new to the show, we are all long-term fans, except for Rhys. He's a newbie, and he's watching all this for the first time after years of us trying to convince him to do it. So he's here watching it as a new viewer. We're going to go back to the old DVD synopsis that we still... Look at that physical... Look at that. Look at that space. Look how much digital media you could fit on that. Yeah. No, this is 6 episodes I'm holding in my hand.
There's terabytes of...
Wow.
Good throwback.
Yeah.
From last week.
Nice.
So we'll see what's going on in Double Jeopardy and find out what Rhys thought of it. Let's break it down. SG-1 encounters a tricky situation when they join forces with androids designed to look exactly like them in a battle against an evil Goa'uld system lord. Can they fight alongside robotic doppelgangers, or will confusion and contradiction blur the line between man and machine? Oh, how iconic. Iconic. Oh, I can't speak. How ironic. Bloody
Are you
hell.
having a seizure over there, Mitch?
A little bit. Now,
Just a small one.
bloody
Just
hell.
a little one.
Now, okay, I don't
Hang on.
feel like
Can
that.
we need to make you better.
See what happened there.
Yeah, this
was
Mitch
good.
clearly isn't the robot.
This-
that was.
Yeah, not the robot. Bring
He
back
gets
robot Mitch.
everything right. Oh, God, there's even a flaw in the robot. That's the thing. This synopsis doesn't really read like the episode. Like, they join forces if, like, they set out to join forces, and then will the confusion blur the line between man and machine? No, at one stage, for 1 second, was each SG-1 team confused about who they were dealing
which
with,
one
to the point where it was threatening the episode.
No.
But anyway, Rhys, at what stage did you pick up what was going on? Because I'm writing stuff down as it's happening rather than the end of the episode. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what's going on. Correction, like 5 minutes later, I'm like, scratch all that.
Yeah, when they came through the gate, well, first thing I thought was, do-rag. And
Look, first note, do-rag in full form. God, it was the hottest looking do-rag.
Robot do-rag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love
It
it.
was like a ponytail
That
do-rag.
do-rag can go all night long.
Does it grow?
yeah.
Is it got a life of its own? I feel like it's just getting
the
bigger.
Donatello do-rag.
Yes,
Oh, it
is.
was getting bigger. Oh, wait, we're talking about the do-rag still?
I'm happy to talk about whichever one you want to go for, yeah.
Shanksy's everything. The second thing I noticed was Teal'c had a machine gun, not a staff weapon.
A Tommy gun.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, I obviously didn't make the connection between the fact that he didn't actually own a staff weapon, that Teal'c, and the fact, but I just noticed that he was holding a machine gun instead of a staff weapon.
Did you see what was under the do-rag, under Shanksy's do-rag? The reason he had it there?
No.
The wig.
He had long hair, so he had season 1 long
hair.
Daniel Jackson hair. So to hide that fact, that's why he put a do-rag on. Because they thought, if he just came through in a floppy hat, you'd see the long hair straight away, and it'd give it away like that. So if you look closely...
Oh, in the episode. So not in... I thought you meant in real life he had long hair.
No. So
He's wearing a wig in the opening scene.
Right.
yeah,
Well,
so
actually, the only
Robot-
scene that he's in... Oh, no, he's in the next scene.
Yeah.
But
so Robot Daniel that got its head blown off actually had the long season 1 bowl cut.
Right.
Yeah.
But, when those...
Right. No, still don't.
Right. Haircut chat again. Good.
No, but the reason is the robot was created in season 1 when he had long hair.
I get it.
And they don't need to get haircuts.
And now he's had a haircut.
Yeah.
In season 4.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like in season 4.
Right.
I think it was halfway through season 2. He had a haircut.
Tim and Daniel.
Tim and Daniel didn't have a haircut.
Oh.
Because he's a robot and his hair doesn't grow.
Yeah,
Oh.
for
So it just
continuity
stays.
purposes.
But can you cut it?
For continuity.
What they did is they...
Why would he? I
left
mean,
it long.
So it's like Teal'c having the machine gun instead of the
So-
staff, but it's hair.
Yeah. Have you got it yet?
So, Tin Man Teal'c. Anyway, let's move on.
Have you also...
I obviously understand.
We could go on a loop.
And wait, Jack O'Neill had brown hair in this.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like season 1, he had brown hair, but now he has grey because it's several years later.
Oh.
Yeah.
But robots don't age.
Tin
But
Man Jack.
robots don't age.
They explode, but they don't age.
Yeah.
So where was Harlan's double? All right, so
General Hammond.
but yeah, when those rebels came out and they said, "Oh, you're back. You've been here before," and SG-1 were like, "What?" First thing I thought of was the NID.
Right. Touchstone guys.
Yeah, come through pretending to be SG-1. And then I thought, oh, no, the gates, they've collected the gate. It might be the Tin Man guys. And I'm like, oh, nah, they wouldn't bring that
That you
one
were
off
watching.
episode.
That you were watching. So the SG-1 you had on screen were the Tin Man guys, or the people that had been previously were Tin Man. Because that's what I thought. When
Yeah,
I thought I was watching,
Yeah.
I thought we were watching our SG-1 show up, and
Yeah.
they're like, "You've been here before, and you screwed us up." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
think that
The
was the
robots
intent.
come back,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, right. They've stuffed
Okay.
up everything."
Because that's what I thought. And then I thought, because I thought I was looking at the Tin Man guys, but then I'm like, oh no, Teal'cs there, and they couldn't replicate Teal'c.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what confused me too, because I actually couldn't remember where
Yeah.
we left off that last time. That Teal'c didn't get a double. I remember us saying
That
that he was upset that he didn't get a doppelganger robot
Yeah.
back then. But
I think at the end of the episode they were making a second
Yeah,
one, but
yeah.
Harlan had to make adjustments to it
Yeah.
So it didn't have
because
the
the
symbiote.
first one he f***ed up because it had the
Yeah,
symbiote.
right.
Yeah.
Come out
Kinda
like a
doesn't-
fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense too because at the end of Tin Man, Teal'cs laying in the creator tube thing, whatever it might be, and then the two O'Neills are arguing about the atom bomb and whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, I'm pretty sure his legs were messed up too, but I don't know.
Pretty
I don't
sure
know.
they could have seen his penis from there.
I
as
hope
well.
they did.
You know?
Oh, you could see it from space.
We
I
can
reckon.
see it right now.
Seen his stuff
Maybe that's
happen.
why I thought it was his leg.
He's only got one leg.
His leg's Junior. That is
One
not-
leg.
What's that big knob on the end of his leg?
Why is that leg all veiny and shit?
Why does he need another leg? Look at that penis.
Who circumcised his leg?
Harlan?
Oh, look, after a couple of weeks ago,
Sorry,
after our 2010 chat, I'm just glad that they weren't like an alternate reality or alternate timeline.
Yeah,
in
fair
season
enough.
one. I'm so glad they were I'm so
Yeah.
glad they were duplicates instead.
Sorry, I just want to point out, like, if like any of the cast and crew of Stargate ever listen to this podcast and they get together and
God, I hope
like,
not.
No, but it's just like, have you heard that? And Robert C. Cooper pops up, goes, "Yeah, I fucking hate those guys. They're assholes." Meanwhile, Chris Judge is like, all they say is how hot I am and how big my dick is. So I love them.
Yeah.
All factual.
They even played my music a few weeks ago.
Yeah. That was amazing.
He's big in Asia.
He's big everywhere.
So did they kill?
So that's when you found out, you realised when they were robots.
Well, that's what I was suspicious of it. But when old mate blew Daniel's head off.
Yeah, that pretty much.
That pretty much. Yeah, that's
telegraphed it
No,
there.
but when that happened, and then that's when I knew. No.
Oh, he's not real.
But then, because I thought, the Tin Man guys previously, and then they blew his head off, and then showed the insides, and I was just like, holy shit! And then when old mate Harlan
So
comes
good.
through the Stargate, I'm like, come try! Yeah,
It was weak.
mine was way better.
That's the one that the gift's made of, right?
I think so, yeah,
Yes.
because it's him coming through our gate.
Yeah.
Whereas in Tin Man, he
right.
stayed on the planet.
So I'd never really picked up on the background. I know we've sent their GIF around to each
Yeah.
other just to annoy one another,
That's
and
also
I've
something
seen
Rhys
that.
never pick up on it.
Yeah, because I saw it and I'm like, we've seen this clip before. Oh, hang on, that's just in Messenger.
Yeah.
It's actually on the show.
Yeah.
Even though Maddie kind of did ruin it off mic, if you saying that. Do you want to see Harlan back?
No, that was on mic. I think that was in one of our chats.
No, it was on Patreon,
Oh, was it? Oh, well, that's on mic. There was a microphone recording us, mate.
but not for the podcast listeners. For the Patreon.
Yeah, I didn't-
But if you want to hear that, get on the Patreon.
I didn't pick up on it, and then
Great people,
I
by the
think-
way.
Absolutely.
yeah, if you want to sponsor the show. I think you said one episode. Oh, it's the something with the doubles. It might have been one of the alternate realities, and then you go, "Oh, it's the Tin Man guys." And then we've had talk about, what if the Tin Man guys were out doing their own missions and that sort of thing.
So you're saying Brendan f***ed it for you, basically.
well,
I think if you go
He
back,
was-
you I'm pretty sure you mentioned that it'd be cool if they made missions
yeah,
in Tin Man.
I think it was
You
like
did.
a
You did.
He-
As a fan of the show, you did.
yeah. Thank you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you.
I think Brendan double bluffed me. in saying, "Oh yeah,
First
no,
That's a sex move, by the way.
Yeah.
double bluff is like the
great one.
reverse Ultron, just a human version."
It's a
He got
great
double bluffed.
And reversed Ultron me just all at once.
It's exactly what I wanted.
But yeah, where was I? Sex moves. Yeah, I'm thinking
Removing the symbiote. There's another section.
Yeah. double bluff me by saying, "Oh yeah, it's the Tin Man guys." Like, "Oh yeah, that's the joke." Like, the Tin Man guys are out there, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that'd be awesome," but obviously it's not going to happen. But it did, and the
then
fact
boom.
that it's happened, it's just like,
And not in season 2, but in season 4.
yeah,
Yeah, it took me
Like,
3
so
years.
good.
epic.
Watching it on TV, I did not remember those guys at all. So it wasn't until Daniel Jackson got his head blown off. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god!
It's not him.
It was
There
a great
was-
idea, and I mean, who have we got to thank for it?
Well, the
The dream team, really.
all right, you want the list of what annoyed me?
This is Brendan's,
Yeah.
this is
Get out the
Brendan's
Cooper
dream
list.
team, written by Robert C. Cooper, directed by the Michael Shanks.
Yeah.
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 He did a pretty
they-
good job
Yeah, he does a great
on his
he's a good
close-up.
director.
Did they just?
Oh, I hate that show. They always talk shit about me. That's how I'm condescending.
Can't remember if I
I
already
love
said
you,
this or if
Shang-Chi.
I just thought this, but did they kill off Daniel Jackson in both groups just so he could?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Focus
I've,
on
I've
directing.
actually got that in my notes.
So-
here. He was piss weak for doing that. Like, I can't act and direct. I can only do
No,
one.
the writers did that.
Piss weak.
So he was supposed to originally.
Cooper, you can blame Cooper for that.
Cooper is
Cooper!
piss weak.
Originally, he was-
both.
Originally, he was supposed to direct Prodigy, but the timing didn't work out. So that's why he was written out of Prodigy, and he wasn't in Prodigy at all because he was supposed to direct that. But there was a scheduling issue, so he was given this episode instead.
Scheduling with what, though?
I don't
Do you-
know.
No, I'm not having a go. Yeah, just like,
Classic acting.
But like, what does he otherwise does he have going on
He could've
other
been
than
the-
He had a
his
whole
main
heap
job?
of Hamlet shit to
Hamlet.
No, it could have been.
Hamlet, just
it could have
Hamlet.
been. It could have been other directors weren't available to do their weeks, and they had to move
okay,
other
fair
directors
enough.
down. It could have been, the recording schedule could have been moved. I don't know.
or not to be.
I laugh, but I do love Shanksy. So it's
Oh, we love him.
Yeah, we do love him.
He's a prick, but we love him.
nah. Yeah.
Love a
Well,
good prick.
Why we love him?
Yeah, so actually,
Just on his prickiness, I do wonder. Like, we all love Walter. This is a pro Walter room.
Oh, shit.
Pro
yeah.
Walter.
Pro Walter.
world.
Chair.
Pro Walter Wrights.
This episode, we get Urkel.
Equality for
We-
all Walters.
We had a
hell?
role
Gonna-
technician. Do you reckon that was Shanksy going, I don't want to work with Gary Jones this week. I'm
Obviously.
directing it. Give me Urkel instead.
Obviously, it was.
We haven't seen Urkel in ages, and this is Urkel's last episode ever. We don't
Oh.
see Urkel after this episode. This is it.
Did I do that?
Yeah. So this is a we never saw him again situation.
And we
Well,
never
as-
saw
See
Urkel again.
Oh,
The actor does.
thank you for doing that.
The actor does go on to appear in one episode of Atlantis. He appears in Sunday as a different character, but as for
In what one?
The guy who plays Urkel, the Urkel technician,
Yeah.
he's like a different character in the episode Sunday from Stargate Atlantis. He's just in one episode as like a background doctor, scientist person.
I did
but
notice someone else sitting in Walter's chair, but I can't really picture him. I'm
Urkel-
guessing he's got glasses if you're calling him Urkel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's
Urkel
black.
technician. You remember Urkel technician?
Was he
knows-
black?
Suspenders, I was thinking.
we had
Suspenders and
poor
glasses.
Poor man Sarah Silverman, she's gone now. We had Pretty Boy Cumface, he's gone now.
Walter's dad.
We have Walter's dad.
Is he gone?
Then we had
No, he's
Urkel.
not
Well,
gone.
no, Walter's dad is
Stunt-
Richard Dean Anderson's stand-in.
stand-in.
So he's always got a
Oh, right, yeah.
job. And then we had Urkel, and
Yeah.
then we've got Walter.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so they all pretty much go except for Walter. And then, yeah, Walter's dad just hangs around as an extra in other shots. He's an alien in one episode, so...
Oh, Dad.
Do you reckon Gary Jones, who plays Walter, would have been absolutely buzzing about the fact that he was in 2010? Because that
No.
means throughout the rest of the series he has to be signed on every year because he was still in the
They can't kill him off.
They can't because he's still in the SGC for those amounts of years.
I have no opinion
I
on
like
this
that.
because it's dealing with alternate timelines and alternate realities, so I have...
It's nothing to do
I
with
have
alternate
nothing to say.
realities. It's got nothing to do with
It's
alternate
our reality.
I've never spoke out loud to a podcast as much as I did on that episode, by the way.
We'll get,
Ever.
we'll get the
Ever.
whiteboard out and put it on socials.
Yeah.
Well, depending on who you sided with.
I think we all know the
Oh,
right
yeah.
side. The right side.
There's Maddie versus everyone else, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I've had a few people on socials
Yeah,
understand what I was going on about.
Scientologists and flat earthers.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, wow.
How dare you?
But they're completely on your side.
Yeah.
How dare you?
That's so true.
The Star Trek fans out there knew what I was talking
Oh,
about.
say no
Oh,
more.
wow.
Man.
Sorry.
I'm a Star Trek fan. I had no fucking clue what you were talking about. Maddie, I don't mean to jump on the, like, let's all get Maddie, but it's just like, for that particular point.
You all wait. I'll get the whiteboard out and I'll
There's a
explain
whiteboard behind you, mate.
it. Dumb it down for you lot, and we'll see.
Have
if
you seen
get
Back
it.
to the Future?
Can you have me back for a guest podcast and we'll just discuss that?
God,
I've got
so
an hour
now
and a
I'm
half.
half his just thinking about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Even beyond you just being here, like for
Oh.
another podcast. That
It's a
sounds
half
like
open
fun.
pocket knife.
Thank
A,
you.
a whiteboard talking about time. Oh my God, there we
Yeah.
go.
I got
I
half
film
a
that
mongrel
shit.
thinking about it right now. It's amazing.
So anyway, double jeopardy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the episode.
Oh, fucking Kronos is dead. Killed by 2 Teal'cs.
Another one bites the dust.
It's funny you say that.
Yeah,
Boom,
baby.
boom. Seth. Hurrah.
Sounds of the gate, people.
You're
welcome.
An emu bites your nuts.
What before?
It's because we made it up.
That's up with don't feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. We told you not to feed the camel.
Yeah.
He bites your nuts. I
We're
like
in
it. I don't wanna
Tidbin
eat-
Billa in Canberra, and then
Yeah.
that song was on the radio, and then where there was emus there,
And that
and,
song
and
came on.
Josh's brother, I'm pretty sure, said, "An emu bites your
He
nuts."
did. Yeah, he did.
Great.
And that became
Very cool.
a family song for
Well,
a
now
very
it
long
now it's
time.
gone worldwide.
Worldwide song,
yeah,
what?
yeah. That was-
Now, people around the world will be singing, an emu bites your nuts.
Can't
Heaps
unhear
of
it.
people will be like, "What's an emu?"
You mean an emu?
Yeah,
An emu?
Emu farm?
And the best thing is, you can interchange the animals.
Yeah.
Koala bites your nuts. I'm just saying
A
Australian
wombat.
animals.
Bites your nuts.
Yeah.
Hashtag Gibson Brothers
A
podcast.
raccoon bites your dick off. Episode 3, The Raccoon, out now. Patreon.com/Get Into
Jokes
Geek.
on your cock.
Get into it.
I loved how many times O'Neill disappeared in this episode. Like they go, it was Daniel Jackson, Teal'c, Major Carter, and O'Neill, and they look over at the grass and he's gone.
Just gone. Just smoke bombs.
What was sorry? Yeah, and then the
And then
the
in
dinner table.
at the dinner table, he's like, "Close your eyes."
What was that?
And then they close their eyes. Do we have to keep? And then he disappeared. And then the chime.
Yes.
I
Yes.
was just like,
Magical chime.
O'Neill's Batman in this.
Yeah, that's what
O'Neill's
I think.
Batman.
But like he's like a rip off of Batman.
Yeah.
Like what Lego Batman would have done. Is like,
Yeah, yeah.
Close your eyes. And then just hiding there with a
closed.
cape over his face. If I can't see you, you can't see me. Well, I actually don't understand why he made. Why did he make them do that? They were in their house.
He could have just left.
He's like, how did he
There's
get
only
out?
one
Probably
door.
through the only door that we have in our house. Like, unless he's living in their attic like some weird ex-boyfriend. Like, what else did he...
Could you imagine that? They're like, Commissioner, close your eyes. What? Just close your eyes. Count backwards from 10. How does he do that?
How he does it is he's got one of the other robots standing over in the corner somewhere, and they're using their internal radios to be like,
Yeah.
okay, they're not looking. Go down, go down, go down. You're safe, move, stop.
Yeah.
When he said close your eyes, I thought he was going to go like full Arnold Schwarzenegger in T2 and like rip his arm off and to show that he was a cyborg or something.
That would've
Like,
been
that
sweet.
would have been kind of cool. Like, otherwise, it's just like him just doing some kind of weird smoke bomb.
No, the husband opens his eyes and Jack's just there upskirting his wife.
Oh, he's just on the vinegar stroke and blows in his face.
Sorry, hang on.
What?
Was it what?
Is that a robot term?
Vinegar
That's
stroke.
a legitimate term.
Was this the
What
Emu
legitimate
Bites
term?
Nuts Day as well? Or
Yeah, was this an emu-related thing? Or?
No, I use that on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's where I got it.
Well, we all
from.
vinegar
Sorry,
stroke on a
vinegar
daily
stroke.
basis.
We're on
I'm
vinegar
just
stroke.
what are you doing?
Someone please f***ing explain this.
It's
When
like
you know
the-
you're about to
it's-
blow
yeah,
and that the last
it's
stroke
the
is
very
the vinegar
last stroke.
Why?
It's the,
Why is it
Why
the vinegar
vinegar?
stroke?
Because it sounds cool.
Because why not?
and here I
I'm
was.
sorry.
when you
I'm pretty sure that's the Christianity excuse. Why? Because why not?
Well,
Prove
yeah.
that it's not called a vinegar stroke.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good explanation if they've been using it for
why
thousands
vinegar?
of years.
Why vinegar?
Because it's the look on your face. Like you've just had vinegar. Like you've just taken a shot of vinegar. And you just, oh shit. Something's about to go down.
No. Who takes shots of vinegar?
Who doesn't take shots of vinegar? What kind of weird household did you grow up in when you weren't taking shots of vinegar
Who
and
takes
whacking off?
shots of vinegar?
What kind of a f***ing sick world do we live in?
How about you live a little, Matty?
Yeah,
How does a shot of vinegar equal your orgasm face?
Haven't you ever heard of apple cider vinegar?
yeah, jeez.
Yeah, that's not wanking.
With the mother? Like, God.
Matty, stop trying to put common sense and logic to shit.
Yeah.
I
talking about
accepted the emu
our
wholeheartedly, but vinegar stroke, I don't know.
Well,
You'll use it. That's the thing.
It's on the vinegar straight. Yeah, you will. You'll
Yeah.
use it.
This-
It's ingrained now.
I mean,
It'll
if it's
happen.
something to do with it stinging, I don't know. I'd
The
could maybe
slight
buy
sting,
that.
the
but-
slight sting in the urethra tells you that you're
Again,
about to
I've never had vinegar
ejaculate.
in my urethra, so I don't know.
Yeah, you can imagine what it'd be like.
Again, don't knock it till you try it, Matty.
Yeah.
Just hate it
Get a
until
turkey
you
baster.
understand it.
Yeah, you have not been
Some
in
apple
enough.
cider vinegar, you said,
Yeah.
and then just straight down your urethra.
Basically,
Yeah.
you've got to be in jobs where you're drug tested to know what that feels like, and then you'll know. Then you'll
Oh,
understand what I
So
mean.
it's dipping a cotton swab in vinegar and then just straight up
Cotton
the urethra.
swab, my God, that is tame. it's putting like a thing, like a baby's bottle thing, on the bottle of the vinegar, and getting that straight in your dick hole. That's what that is.
That's graphic. That's a visual that I'm not going to be able to lose.
Hey,
for a
you-
while.
Straight in the
asked.
shupper eye. Bring it back.
Oh shit, my gut hurts.
Wow. Yeah, from all the vinegar.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not supposed to go in that way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, speaking of beating yourself off, O'Neill got into a fight with himself in this episode.
Oh, that was the most brilliant
That was pretty
segue.
impressive.
That was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, didn't even write that down, just off the cuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the kind of shit we do.
And and you're wearing a t-shirt too, so that is impressive.
Because your shirt doesn't have cuffs. See, that one I got. That one I
Yeah.
got. That one
Right.
made sense.
So I can't see you below your neck, so
Yeah.
I had to have explained to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totally.
Wearing,
honest.
I'm wearing
not wearing-
clothes today.
He's not wearing pants.
Yeah.
He's wearing a
What
shirt.
else is new?
Yeah, I almost said off the foreskin. That would have been awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's let's get back on track.
Isn't
Another
Kronos
demon.
just such a meatloaf-looking motherfucker?
Oh,
Cranky
it really
meatloaf.
is.
Oh.
That's it, but his hair in this is luscious. Like
Yeah.
it was. I reckon at least 4, 5. Not to go back to hair chat, but a fair few inches longer than last time. But just
And for
perfect.
grey, that's soft and luscious for grey hair.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looked soft and luscious.
And are they still shooting on HD this week? Because there were some shots
No,
just
they,
to
back to
Oh,
35mm this
really?
week. They,
Okay.
after the headache they had last week with the HD, they don't use it again until like season 8. They were like, we're not
Wow.
touching
Oh,
this
wow.
shit.
Shit.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah,
No,
they're back
because I
straight
think
off
the
the
red
HD.
the red camera, which was like the cheaper HD, like where people got into it, that was into 2006 or 7.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
it's still
okay.
building up to that. So it probably didn't perfect it till later.
Yeah.
Movie chats.
Fascinating. No, I loved it.
Just on Kronos, though, he was here in this episode on Herawer's old planet. Wouldn't that be Apophis' territory now? Wouldn't Apophis have got Herawer's all his territory after he killed him in
Yeah, I
Serpent's
guess
Venom?
it'd just be up for grabs, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I assume, and then whoever gets there first takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it at the end of Serpent's Venom, but
I just assume,
They
like,
never-
'cause in the same way that, like, you know, Apophis got all Sokar's minions and now he's running around with all these red Jafar, I assumed once he killed Herawer, he would have gone and gotten all those troops and said, I've killed your god, you're all mine now. And taken
Yeah,
all
unless
the...
Sokar got there. Not Sokar, bloody Kronos got there first.
But it's been months. It's been months since we killed her. And I mean,
Yeah, but they buried
Apophis has that
this-
giant friggin' fleet, so he can multitask and go.
Oh
and
yeah,
do
I'm
lots
sure.
of stuff.
I'm sure if Apophis came like cruising through the hood, he'd just be like, "Piss off, Kronos." He'd be like, "Yes, sir. Yes, my Poff Daddy."
oh, yeah. I only think of him as Poff Daddy now. By the way, that's the only
Oh,
way
so
I
do
think
we.
of him. Yeah. And wasn't he just
Brendan's mate Pete.
My mate.
Apoff.
Yeah. Brendan's mate Pete. Fantastic. Yeah, I was very excited. Early when they first started like ages ago when they started mentioning Kronos, I was excited that they were going to start exploring the mythology of other gods because Kronos being a Titan and father of Zeus and all, one of the 12 Titans and all this. I was very very excited about that until we met Kronos. And then I was like, he's just like, he gives me that vibe of like, he's the uncle that visits once or twice a year, and like,
with a touch of like cranky toddler in there as well.
Everyone has to work around him.
He's like an actor for a medieval like fair, or something, and he takes it way too seriously. Like, are you staying again tonight, Uncle Steve? And he's like, used your mum's shampoo, and his hair's all like this and shit. And it gives me that vibe, like
In your mum's nightgown.
That's so specific.
Life experience. I'm drawing from that.
And he's like, you're right to sleep on the couch tonight, mate. I need a bed.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and he sort of smells like your mum, but not, and it's just like weird. It's just that weird vibe.
Cronus is definitely an open rover too. Like, he's definitely.
He is. You know, and Speedo wearer. He's a Speedo wearer. You know it. You know he is.
Just the single gold chain as well.
Walks in with his open robe, grabs something out of the fridge, comes and sits in the middle of the couch, and makes you separate already from the other person that you're sitting with.
Your hand spreads to let his symbiote out and just.
You can eat that? You can eat that?
Print.
And refers to himself like I do at home as Daddy. Just walks around.
I can't do it at home.
We nearly got a spit take then.
Don't ever say Daddy while Maddie's already swallowing, okay?
It's too
not the
real.
first time.
Yeah.
It's too real.
But because I also like to wear a Speedo, gold chain, and open robe, and just walk around. Daddy's here.
Oh man, I'm
bitches."
going to start following you on Instagram.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh shit.
It's not even a character he does.
Yeah, at all. At all.
That's the
Just
worry,
Daddy.
though, is once he actually does come up with characters, what they're going to get up to.
Yeah.
So I did mention before O'Neill fighting himself. How
Beating himself, I believe you said.
beating himself? How annoyed did he get at himself?
Yeah.
Like, because
Flyboy.
we know that O'Neill can be
Flyboy was a great call.
pretty stubborn,
Yeah.
but to be annoyed by your own stubborn self, like that was
It's like,
great. The way
he gets
that went
annoyed by himself more than he gets annoyed by Harlan.
Yeah.
It's like really the one person that really gets on Jack O'Neill's nerves is Jack O'Neill.
down. Yeah.
Honestly, like outside this episode, like, have you ever had that thought? Like, if you met yourself,
Yeah.
absolute
Give yourself a
carbon
blowjob.
copy-
Yeah, no, I'd
No,
punch
I
myself.
wasn't.
Finally, I can suck my own dick.
Yeah. That's never the thought that's came into. Like, I have thought that.
I haven't thought about
At
that.
least a hand job.
I've never thought about that until now, and now I
technically.
refuse to have this fantasy anymore. But like, how do you actually think though? How do you think you would get on?
It's not gay because it's your hand.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's technically
Oh, mate,
masturbation.
we'd get on. We would definitely get on.
I'd compliment my own technique. I reckon. Nice
You
work,
really
big-
know how to grab a
I'd like click and like. Nice work, big fella. You're doing great. Thanks. You
finger
too.
gun. Bang, bang.
You too, Joz. Call me Daddy.
I know you would have seen it, but has everyone else in the room seen Michael Keaton's Multiplicity?
Yeah,
of course.
Like, that's brilliant. But, but I guess what's
touched
different
my
about that
pepper,
is that each clone is like it's like a particular personality trait of him amplified. So it's not exactly a carbon copy of him, but he's like facing off against, the nice self, the arsehole self, and then obviously the copy of the copy version. But like
The retard. I believe is the word you're looking
technical
for.
term. But I've had that thought before, and I'm like, if in any situation, I'm like, oh God, I know what I've got to do today. I've got to do a bunch of different things, and no one else can do them, right? Whether I'm at home with myself or something, I got to do a bunch of work around here or something. I've got to be in two places at once. What if? And I think back to that movie a lot because that was his idea. I need another version of myself to help out with what I've got to do and get my life in order. And I'm like, would I actually get along with myself? Because there's a lot of things about me that annoy me, but obviously I deal with them. They annoy other people way more. But then if I had to deal with someone else manifesting those annoyances back toward me, would I deal with it? Would I know how to
You would be
approach
trying to
it?
please yourself so much that you'd get nothing done.
Mitch, if you sat down with yourself and someone brought up a movie, you two would talk until you died. It would be a conversation that would last for
Jinx.
That would last for 4 days. There would be no breaks. No one would eat, drink, go to the bathroom, and you guys would die from malnutrition. Still talking and debating the minutiae of Star Wars and Bond and
Or it's great. It's like, what do you want for dinner? Pizza! Yay! Friends!
Outvoted, family.
You think what I'm thinking? Yes, I am.
I think you mean
High fives.
Piptha. But yeah, I've thought about that too. It would be okay if you could merge back together as one. and then get get both experiences.
That's honestly, that's the thought I've had. Is like, I'm like, okay, I've got to go work today, but I've also got some personal shit to do.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we'll go out and do them, and then like this me is able to go and do that, but come back together, and then we've got that shared experience. We don't have that multiplicity problem where he's got to think of what the other guy must have done and fix problems that he caused. But
you don't want the memory of sucking yourself off, when you merge back together.
Yeah, well, just hand jobs. It's fine.
That'd be the only memory I want. I'm just curious. Just curious.
The whole reason you do it.
I've always wondered what I'd look like with on my knees looking up at myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I call it the vinegar stroke.
Jesus, I've got to shave that.
I just found a pimple mask. You want to go into the mirror and have a look at yourself. Thanks for that.
Thanks, me.
Thanks, me.
But yeah, I think everyone knows that, like, personally, you've got things that annoy or like traits that annoy other people. But you think, does it annoy other people because they're just a different person and they've got different traits, or does it annoy them because they're experiencing it? Whereas, if you split off from yourself and you experience your own traits that annoy other people, surely they'd annoy you as well.
It'd have to, because it'd be like watching yourself like being filmed. It's like you go, oh, I didn't realize my face looks like that when I say that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I look like I've got resting bitch face. I look like a dick when I'm saying
Yeah,
that.
is
I
that
didn't
what I look
realise-
like from the
so-
side?
Yeah, you'd
so
be like-
self-critical.
I didn't realise my face looked that when I had a dick in there. Like,
Yeah.
that kind
We've
of.
never
Is
looked
that
in
what
the
you
mirror.
meant?
Resting dick face.
Oh, man, I know what my face looks like when it's got a dick in it. I'm not great.
It's been like 10 minutes and there's been at least 20 dick jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
none of them make the cut.
That's
It'll be fine.
someone goes to me. Oh,
Some will,
is
some
your
will.
podcast about Stargate? And I said, well,
Loosely.
it's roughly about Stargate, and then we see how many
Yeah.
dicks we can jam in it.
Yeah, it's,
Much like his mum.
Where's your...
I didn't see the point because that's not making the cut.
Hang on.
You'd be surprised.
That was for the room.
No, it's a Patreon exclusive, that one.
Oh, shit.
Now, being the tech guy, Brendan, I'm sure you must have got a kick out of the fact that Harlan was using that giant, big, deep IBM monitor
Oh,
as a touchscreen.
so good.
You know, to
We
get all
mentioned
the-
We
Oh.
mentioned it.
I wonder how many takes that took to get the timing right.
I know.
'Cause that was
That's it.
spot
That would
on,
have been a
man.
video
Yeah.
that he would have
Yeah.
just been touching
This one-
at the
and
right
this one?
moment.
Yeah.
Because even Jack didn't get it right. Remember a couple of seasons
Yeah.
ago, he was just off
Oh,
it.
window and
win-
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
Harlan was bang on it. This one,
Yeah.
that one,
Yeah.
this one, then this one, then this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was good timing.
We've been there before. But I think the main issue I have with this episode is that I wish the head blowing off was the moment that you realise that they were the Tin Men.
Yeah, obviously the hair was a hard one to hide. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't mind that
They
one.
could have just said the alien got a haircut as well.
It was just the
like-
lines. Like, there was that scene with Carter, Teal'c, and Daniel, and they're like, she called me Major. Like, I think
Yeah.
Cooper was trying to be a little bit too clever.
Yeah, it's like they were
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to allude to it, but it kind of just gave it away.
away,
He
yeah.
pushed
Gave
it too
away
far.
too
Like,
much.
he says all their names. He's like, oh, I've seen you before. They could have just left it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, he had to say their names. And then
Yeah.
Carter had to make a point of saying, hey, he knew I had a bloody
Yeah.
upgrade or
Yeah.
And then in the-
promotion.
I mean, it wasn't as on the nose as like when Carter said he called me Major, and she goes, "But I'm a captain." I mean, that would have really
Yeah,
given it away.
true.
Like he didn't go that far with it, but I think there was still probably too much.
But then in the dining room, so that's two already, but then in the dining room, he goes, so you mean there's two of you? As the scene starts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
And it's like,
yeah,
O'Neill
and it was
doesn't
like,
answer his questions.
not really, sort of. It's complicated.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you've
So
kinda
tell me
given it
what
away.
happened, the last time you were here? Yeah. And then try to, drink the coffee that didn't taste good or whatever
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
But I
distract
mean,
you.
as we
Yeah,
heard last,
yeah.
as we heard last week, though, I mean, the promo gave it all away
Yep.
straight up anyway. So I don't
Yeah,
think
true.
anyone, and all the promos, like when this aired on TV, all the promos would have given it
And
up.
that synopsis as
So-
well.
Yeah, the synopsis gives
That was
it
just,
away.
I
Yeah.
never read those. I was so happy
So-
about it.
Yeah,
It's just,
but
They were pretty good with the ads actually back then with that sort of stuff. They did, they were light on spoilers with the TV spots.
yeah. They're bad these days with, movie teaser trailers going for 3 minutes.
yeah,
Like, that is
Yeah.
stupidly long.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long. Like 10 years ago, I reckon. Like my favorite kind of a teaser trailer for me is like a complete scene, or like a minute and a half of straight of one scene, and then maybe like a 20-second little montage, maybe. So it's like teaser. You get a tease of what that movie feels
But
like,
for
rather
me,
than
2
like
minutes is a trailer.
Oh, no. Oh, well,
A teaser for me is like 20, 30 seconds.
yeah, well, for me, for me, teaser is content, or all trailers, teaser and trailer are different because of the content. The length doesn't bother me, but what pisses me off now is it's on you got to watch a trailer on YouTube, and the first 5 seconds of that video that you're watching is a miniaturized version of the trailer you're about to watch. I'm like, you don't need to advertise the advertisement that I'm about to watch. I'm already here.
This is the start of the conversation Mitch would have with himself that went for 3 days.
It's not a trailer. It's not a teaser, but it's a teaser trailer.
And it's like, and he'd be debating that with himself. It's like, yeah, I know that, but mate, you brought it up. I know I brought it up.
You know
what
that, but think about this, you dick.
Yes,
and I am bothered by your length.
you wouldn't be hating each other. You'd just be like, yes, that's a great point. Also,
no,
I love you.
I don't reckon.
I love you. You want to wank?
Thing, right? Hey, the thing is, if we go watch a movie and I come away going, I didn't really like that bit about it, and I come into this room and one of you go, I didn't like this bit about it. I'm like, yeah, but what about the positives in it? Even though I didn't like it, because I don't want to just come in, I don't just want to come in and shit can something.
I'm sure Sarah would have a great time with it, though.
Oh my god, yeah, that's why she loves me hanging out with you guys so much, because she gets to sleep and not hear about this bullshit.
Joz and I have discovered that we're contrarians. Even if we believe in something and someone agrees, you'll be the devil's advocate and say the contrary.
It's called just being a dick.
Yes.
I've honestly
But
tried
it's
to
a clever way to say it.
I've tried to take that
in the pretentious way of saying it, it's called a...
I want to say somewhere in season
Contrarian.
3, and you, Brennan, were talking about how you and Rhys, as you've grown up, you're like, even if we love something, we need to take the piss out of it.
Yeah.
And so this, you like as far as TV shows go, or any kind of content that you're watching, throughout your whole, you love Stargate. It's like top of the pyramid, right? Somewhere in there, but you're like, but I need to make fun of it.
It's like
one.
having a brother or sister. Like, you can pay the living shit out of them and just hammer them, but if someone else does it, you're super
it's
protective.
game on.
Yeah. So what
Like,
do you, what
if
the hell
someone
do you mean about mine?
like, I'll pay out Stargate, but if someone else does it, I'm like, hey, what's your mouth?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I know.
I love Robert Cooper.
I know.
Let's not go that far.
I love
Robert.
Robert. I love Daniel Jackson, Robert C. Cooper. Even though you might like what they do, you're like, yeah, but they're just because.
I know the room knows this, but for those listening, like my sister's deaf, and I will stand up to anyone like it has a go about disabilities and all that sort of stuff. But my Christ, the amount of deaf jokes that get thrown that girl's way, and it's toughened her. Her shell on the outside is pretty hard.
Just remind
and
her
she's
again.
gay as well. So the fact that I'm like, she's deaf and she's in a world that's pretty hard on homosexuals, but at the same time, we like to let those jokes fly.
If there's a
at home.
deaf lesbian joke, you're all over
Oh
it.
my God, she's
lesbian joke.
Yeah.
That's a niche.
The problem is, Mitch,
You'd think so until you come and spend some time with our family.
having a deaf sister, Mitch, would you be able to sign that joke to her in any way?
Sadly, not.
No, never bothered, did you?
You don't speak universal sign language?
Well, she doesn't.
Mitch isn't deaf.
It takes... Oh, she doesn't.
No.
His sister
Oh, right.
is.
Well, that's okay then.
No.
No, she lip reads.
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
She jumped straight to a cochlear.
Is that because she's a lesbian?
I got a...
We've never used that before. Really? Oh,
wow.
I'm using that tonight.
Wow.
I'm gonna make sure we have dinner together tonight.
Yeah.
I'll go to a
I
girlfriend
haven't
tomorrow,
seen
and I'm
you
like,
for a month.
All of us growing up together was exactly the same. I got a physical disability myself, and there was no line. There is no line in our household, in our family. There was no line that you could. Oh wow, you've just crossed it. Then
yeah.
Yeah.
that little cripple just fell over.
Wouldn't help him up.
I'm far past the line. The line is now a dot to me in the distance. I can't even see it anymore.
We've taught you well.
Yeah.
My favourite moment from this episode, though, and I think it's probably one of the great burns of all time, goes to good old Harlan of all people.
Are you sure you've got the right address?
I could do a full diagnostic of my system, but it might be quicker to just dial the address.
Super burn, the wedding's off! That was a wicked burn. I mean, it had all the elements. You didn't see it coming. Parts of it really hurt.
I just loved that so much. Like, he's just so cheerful and happy, and then he just mic drops that in Carter's face.
Like,
just boom.
Hey, love, I've been alive for 11,000 years.
And I'm a supercomputer.
And do you know where it comes from?
Pretty sure I got this covered.
He spent the last 3 years living with Robot Carter, so he knows how to push her buttons,
Oh,
literally
totally.
and figuratively. So he's just like, I know what's going to hurt her the most, and he's just like, boom, mic drop.
Totally.
I do find it interesting how comfortable and familiar the real SG-1 are with Harlan, because in Tin Man they didn't spend much time with him. It was only that last scene where, I mean, I don't, unless it was off camera, but it was only that last scene where they kind of wake up
That's
shit.
true, because all that stuff you see of them when they're in the black and silver jumpsuits and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, that's the robot versions.
Yeah. And also, not to mention, how did they get that camo gear?
I figure if
That's an
you
excellent
Because
can
they're in black.
if you can make an entire robot that looks like a human, I reckon you're probably safe to assume they could make those costumes and their guns as well. They would have had to have made all those guns as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
3D printing. They had 3D
But
printing.
wouldn't you
Yeah.
get some super... Like, you wouldn't have to be Air Force military. You could just be super sweet rainbow gear, you know? That type
Yeah.
of stuff.
You could,
Why
and
not?
I mean, they could have laser guns. Why have
Yeah.
like machine guns and submachine
Why
guns?
didn't
and stuff
Teal'c
like
make
that?
us...
could
Why
have
didn't
lasers
Teal'c
in their
make us
eyes.
that? Or...
Yeah, I think it's just because at their core identity, they're SG-1s. They wanted just to be SG-1. They wanted to have the
But
guns
they're-
and the camo
Yeah.
and
They're
the-
posers.
and the boots. I mean, they went internal with the radios, but everything else they went, no, we'll leave that standard.
Yeah, why didn't they make a gun in their finger?
Right.
Laser eyes.
Go
They're
f-
freaking
Yeah.
robots.
Go
Laser
full
eyes.
get
jet
smart
boots.
on it.
Dude, what? Like longer dicks?
Oh, Teal'cs got that covered.
Circumcised foot.
He's got dick for the whole team.
Dick for days.
Especially
Dick
Carter.
for days.
Dick for day.
So, jumping to the end, Rhys, what do you think happens with that Hatak? That big Hatak, the Kronos that's landing on there. It's got 1,000 soldiers in it, but
I
we've
reckon
killed
they'll-
Kronos.
I reckon they'll go and blow up a sun. But that's just me.
Blow up his son with a ship.
Whose son?
Hopefully Teal'cs.
Yeah.
Ryak.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, they've just got a ship with 1,000 Jafar in it.
Yeah.
Surely you just blow the ship up, wouldn't you? Well, that'd be pretty handy to have.
No, they landed it on the pyramid.
Yeah, a three-sided Hatak landing on a four-sided pyramid.
Oh, shit.
Have fun with that.
Oh.
Well, the
Um,
inside is a four-sided pyramid.
Yeah, optical illusion.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be, right?
Sure. I mean, Robert C. Cooper wrote it, so it's got to be all fact-checked.
It's just flubber
Perfect.
in the middle.
Lubber. Yeah, good point there. Good point.
But yeah, I think so. You know, full disclosure for Rhys is we do see the Hatak next week.
Yeah, we got
But-
a Hatak.
Right.
We have
We
a...
have Hatak, but the thing. I'm,
Wait,
I'm
next
okay.
week's the season finale, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder what we'll do with it.
Shit. Is it to be continued?
Yep.
No spoilers.
Not to spoil anything,
I
but
was
yes,
waiting
it
to
is.
how do we like go, oh, you'll have to wait and see. I wonder who's going to come. And Matty's just like, yep.
Yep.
Well, the last three have been.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. In fairness.
So yeah, I don't mind us having a Hatak, but the thing that bugs me is
Where do you
know,
park it?
Teal'c says park it on a
no,
four-sided
but seriously,
pyramid
where do they store that?
in
Yeah.
orbit.
Yeah.
They land on the Great Pyramids in Giza, and it's fine.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
I'm fine with us having a Hatak, but the problem I
Egyptians,
have,
Egyptians going past looking at Was
different.
that there yesterday?
Did it always have windows, and was it always rigged with electricity?
Yeah, I think so, man. Yeah.
Just put scaffolding on the outside of it.
Yeah,
We're just redoing it,
Just
guys.
redoing it, it's fine. But the thing that I find hard to buy is that the up to 1,000 Jafar that are on there, we never hear about, and we just Teal'c just says, "Oh, we'll offer them freedom," and that's it.
Yeah.
In this episode, Teal'c just says, "We'll offer them freedom," and we're just supposed to assume that every single one of them.
Yeah.
went, okay,
And
sure,
there's only
I'll
like
renounce- I'll
and there's
renounce
only
my God.
5 people.
They hired 5 extras to be. I mean, they did
No,
hire.
I mean, what
like
I mean is like SG1 and that dude is like, you want freedom, and they're like, no, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah,
There's 1,000 of us.
There's
Yeah,
1,000 of us, and there's 5 of you.
Every Jafar was locked in their room, and they just went door by door. You know.
You can't come out until you're free.
Yeah.
Like, what was he thinking?
Yeah.
Well, their god's dead.
Yeah.
And they know they.
I'm
and
thinking
they,
about the writer.
No, I get it.
But like when Apophis died the first time, he still had followers. Like some people renounced him, but he still had followers as well. So
Yeah, but he was still. Oh, they didn't know he was still
yeah.
alive, did he?
So I just found again. I find it's just another one of those things where they've got the opportunity to tell some really good Teal'c stuff with the Jafar rebellion and all that kind of stuff, and they've just glossed over it.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Spend an episode.
That would have been a mad arc.
Also,
Right?
they didn't really go into more detail about Teal'c's dad. I would have liked to have.
Stargate Origins.
Yeah,
Origins,
this is
yeah.
all,
Origins,
Teal'c's dad.
Teal'c's
This
dad.
was all just like resolution for the stuff they alluded to
Yeah.
the last couple of times we've seen Kronos about
So they
him
just
sending his dad on a mission that he could never win, and him communicating with his symbiote with Shinnok and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it. So he wanted to kill Kronos for that.
And Kronos full on pouch raped Teal'c.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Brutal.
That was rough. I'm so glad they didn't show it because I'm just like, no one needs to see that.
Like,
He looked like he recovered okay, though. Like when Kronos had got offed at the end, and then they look back at Teal'c when he's on the ground, like still breathing heavily from being beaten. His pouch looked pretty okay.
Yeah.
Looked barely like a drawn-on little cross in his stomach, if
Do you
anything.
reckon Kronos put his bare hand in there, or he put his ribbon device hand in there and like activated the ribbon device
Jesus.
inside the
Burned
pouch?
him from the inside.
Oh.
Jesus.
after the serpent's venom, when he got absolutely tortured, I'm sure that
Yeah,
would have been like...
He's like,
he
if
would have liked it.
if
would've
there's
recovered.
if there's not one of those
Yeah.
Klingon pain sticks, he's like, this is nothing. I can
Yeah.
handle this.
I cannot get a rush off
That's
this.
one. I think that's a box of shame, that one.
Ooh.
Nah.
What do you mean, no? You don't call the rules, mate.
It's the
missed
popular vote.
Yeah.
Come on, Joz. Joz hasn't
That's
seen
one. It's
box
fine.
of
I got a that's one. So we moved on.
Keep pushing my buttons, mate. I'll keep pushing these buttons.
Well played.
Wasn't Darian just a shithead?
Yeah.
Who's Darian?
Exactly.
He was
The
dude with the
husband.
bow.
He was
He's the one that blew Daniel's head off.
The
Yeah, the
floppy
one-
haired young
Yeah.
Richard Anderson guy.
Yeah.
And I think because it was him, the dude from Korai and Demons. I think.
I was about to say, you need to put them in a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to just be in their own annoying group.
But I think the reason think I found out the reason why they're so annoying is because they talk in like ye old English.
Yeah,
So it's like
that's
that
hard.
you have come to this place and we will devour you or whatever.
the
It's just
grandiose
like
Good day,
language.
wife.
yeah, it's like,
People being taken from Egypt thousands of
Yeah.
years before ye old English even
Yeah.
existed. Like,
That's
surely
what's
he wouldn't be
annoying
a god
about
if that would surprise him. This is what I asked myself.
yeah, that's the
When I
only.
saw this.
Yeah. And
That's
that
the only
and
alien.
that fair-skinned blonde guy whose ancient, descendants are Egyptians.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of white folk out there,
Yeah.
given that they were all taken
Yeah.
from Egypt to 5,000 years
For,
ago.
for a guy that's so willing to question his own beliefs after just seeing his god be surprised that the
second
guy was a
god.
robot.
He's second god.
Yeah.
second god. Yeah.
Like, how,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
His first god's already dead.
Yeah.
Second one's surprised.
it was so easy. Yeah, it's so easy for him to question his own beliefs. How was he under that impression that this one is a god? If he's so easily questionable.
Glowing eyes.
And how does he know that Kronos
Yeah.
was just sitting there, just like dropping a silent fart? Like, he'd lost concentration and just.
Oh, vinegar face.
Vinegar stroke.
I think we all know what we need to say about this episode.
How'd that feel?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was great.
Excuse me for a minute.
Excuse me for a minute. Excuse me.
it's what I just liked it when Kronos died and Darian's like, Kronos is dead. I will go and tell everyone. And I could just imagine him going out there, everyone, Kronos is dead and I killed him. And they're like, that's our god. We're gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, run! It's G1, save me.
Everyone rejoice.
It's about as believable as going, I'm the son of the god. He's me. He made me to be him, and I'm him in his image. So I'm actually God, but I'm not. I'm Jesus.
Yeah. And then they string him up.
Where's your dad now?
You can kill me, but I'll die for your sins.
Yeah. Hey, I can see
buddy.
my house.
I can see my house from here.
Poor old Joseph, too. Like, he's just getting around. He's like kids these days that call their dads by their first names. Like, where's the fucking respect? You're not my real father. God is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, clean
Yeah,
your
you
room.
just know.
You're not my real dad.
I was like, who's Joseph?
Yeah.
Oh, I really, honestly pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
Joseph,
we all
Joseph
know Mary.
probably called him Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
He was probably Egyptian. Or,
Yeah.
or from the Middle East or something.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah,
Well,
everyone.
Or a
they
Jew.
were traveling from
Yeah.
Bethlehem to Egypt.
Jerusalem.
So in
Yeah.
2,000 years ago. So
Joseph,
From
Joseph was a
Jerusalem.
carpenter. Joseph, he helped build the pyramids, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's his
Yeah.
day to day,
Chippy.
9 to 5.
He was just traveling
is
for
there
work.
carpentry work in the pyramids?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it'd be more a stonemason, but all right.
No, the scaffold was.
Yeah.
Scaffold.
Oh,
yeah.
How do you think they created that triangular shape?
As a carpenter, he helped make like the wooden logs that they rolled the
They-
bricks
Yeah.
on
So
across the
that
desert.
makes
So
sense. That all makes sense now. That checks out.
It was the aliens.
he checks out as well as anything in that book does.
Yeah, yeah.
Prove that it doesn't. So,
Mistake-free, omnipotent being that guy.
yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I'm talking about. That guy does not make mistakes. My
Mate,
disability proves
Mate,
that.
hashtag God's
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know,
He
God works in mysterious ways, Joz.
It's all part of his master plan.
Pretty
Yeah.
mysterious. my hips are really sore right now.
Yeah.
But it's,
Maybe he was
there's a purpose for it.
Maybe when he was making you, he was mid-vinegar stroke.
Oh, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so.
And then he
Just
pulled
wasn't
out
quite paying
halfway
enough
through.
attention.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm half finished. But you don't make mistakes, right? Like,
It's just a Friday afternoon and he's like getting pissed off his own blood.
yeah.
Okay, that'll do. Send him down.
Knock a few of these out quickly.
They're not finished. No, I call them disabled or something.
Yeah. So, what about these ones that are like the same sex? It's like, oh, I didn't make that mistake.
No, that's the,
It's definitely not my work.
Yeah, that's not my work.
Yeah, no,
I'll just put the devil's tag in the clock.
Yeah.
we're all made in God's image, so God is a
Signed.
transgender, disabled, bisexual,
QGB
yeah,
something.
multilingual,
LGBTQ.
ethnic person.
Panhandle.
Yeah,
Pansexual. It's true. It's true.
Gators. And
Gators.
This isn't one of those
he's
episodes.
actually pro-life and pro-choice. God is.
Is he?
Probably not.
That's true.
Why not? Why does he give kids cancer?
Yeah, good
because he's
question.
pro-choice.
It's not their choice.
Because you've got to keep the mystery in life.
He works in mysterious
You've got to
ways.
be
He's way
mysterious.
right.
I've never thought about that. It's like, yeah, kids get cancer. It's like, well, it's not their choice. We need to help them. Someone's born gay. It's like, that's a choice. We condemn you for it. It's like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
I do
there?
like that about like the pro-choice people. Like they're pro-choice. You can't kill human life. All human life is sacred until they grow up and then they come out as gay and they're like, well, obviously,
Or their skin's too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and they also believe in guns.
Or
All
they
those pro-choice people, like,
Yeah.
Or they're starving homeless on the
mean,
street, then they just
yeah.
walk by them.
Yeah.
NRA, great people.
It's your
If you wanna
choice to be
sponsor the
homeless.
show.
Sponsor the show,
Yeah, jump on board.
Plenty of cash.
Get in contact.
oh dear.
Yeah, put it towards a good cause. Unlike usual.
Spaz 12. Anyone want a Spaz 12?
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
that
I
out.
mean,
Grab a
stop
couple.
making guns and stop promoting guns after you give us a couple of Spaz 12s.
Oh, the P90.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Just one of each gun and then call it quits.
It's
It's time to find out if Rhys has been paying attention.
I'll forgive you if you haven't throughout this episode because I feel like some of the questions I'm like, ooh, is he going to remember that we spoke about in the first 10 minutes of the podcast? And you do, it's great. But this, I think, I didn't even remember what episode we've just spoken about, to be totally honest. And we've literally been here less than an hour.
It is early.
It's whenever there's like a non-Egyptian based god involved. We're just off on these.
I mean, good
Yeah.
tangents.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
One of
At
the
least,
great.
at least us five think so.
Like we
Yeah.
just like to go off on tangents.
The 5,000 people listening right now.
Yeah. Oh, they're loving it, obviously.
Oh,
Well, they keep coming back, mate.
All right.
Next week it'll be 6,000.
no, nothing else to do on Sundays after church.
Yes. Hopefully you're not listening to this on the way to or from church.
I mean, I hope you are, and just be like, yeah, take that, Dad.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to church.
Question your
Bow to
beliefs,
your one
like
true God.
old mate in this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, do what you want. Pro-choice.
If you have the option to kill your god, do it. In more trouble than they were.
He's already
All right.
dead.
5 questions here, Rhys.
Yeah.
30 seconds on the clock. Time starts at the end of this
First
question.
Yep.
Today's episode is called Double Jeopardy.
Correct. True.
Double Jeopardy is also a movie.
Yeah.
Name an actor from that movie.
Buzz.
What does Carter give as her cover for What Goes On in Cheyenne Mountain?
A cover. NASA shit. Pass.
Finish this sentence. If you immediately know the candlelight is fire, then the meal...
Oh, this. Who did you just write these questions?
No.
They are fucking shit. Pass.
What is the greeting for Harlan's people?
Come try.
Correct. Name another word for the Stargate.
Shut eye.
Correct. I would have also accepted Doorway to Heaven, Circle of Steady Water, Circle of Darkness, the Stone Ring, the Great Ring of Avedon, the Astria Porter, the Annulus, the Ring of the Gods, Your Doorway, Circa Cocona,
Would you have accepted?
and the ring thing which comes with the dialer.
Would you have
All names
expected
for my anus.
Doorway to Heaven, Capra?
Absolutely.
Give me those top 3 because I reckon I can answer them. Give me those first 3 questions.
Okay. Let's do it. Time to find F. Maddie. Double Jeopardy is also a movie. Name an actor from that movie.
Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones. Love it.
Correct.
Yeah, bam.
Just needed one. What does Carter
show
give
off,
as
mate.
a cover for Cheyenne Mountain?
Deep Space Radar Telemetry, NORAD.
Correct. Finish this sentence. If you immediately know the candlelight is fire, then the meal.
Was cooked a long time ago.
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
We don't have to do the last two because Rhys got those.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, you're not good. You've been watching this show for 30 years.
I thought they were all
It's only
pretty much,
20 years
they were
old.
pretty much gimmies, mate.
Yeah.
They were pretty much all gimmies.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought
Yeah,
when I was
'cause-
answering them.
Because Ashley Judd, Tommy Lee Jones movies really tie into this episode
Mate,
really
if
well.
you say Double Jeopardy to me, I
Yeah,
see the poster of that film.
Absolutely.
Same. I see Ashley Judd in a lot of things. You don't even have to say Double Jeopardy. It's sure I'm just picturing Ashley Judd in a
that
movie
brunette
poster,
girl.
yeah.
As long as she's not with Tommy Lee Jones, because that's just crazy.
That'd
I
hard.
picture that a lot, actually, as well as Two-Face. It's I like to get a little weird with my fantasies.
I've discovered
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, what does Daniel Jackson reckon?
Rhys, your father made you wrong!
You stupid son of a bitch.
It's like,
Rhys hates this so much.
it's like, oh, he got a little bit too close to 5 last week. I'll just nail him this one by
Yeah.
asking him shit
Well,
that's
Maddie
got
got 'em all.
nothing to do with not even the fucking episode, but even the show.
Well, a lot of people would think Double Jeopardy's got a lot to do with Double Jeopardy.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was people in this show, in another show, a Chinese one. What's the director?
No, it wasn't Chinese.
What's the director's dog called in a Chinese fucking
Oscar.
straight to TV movie?
Oscar.
Rhys is stamping his
questions.
feet.
Lee Long
He's
Hao.
stamping his feet like he is.
Ridiculous.
I didn't want to bring this back. The people did. Okay?
Yeah.
They
It's
want
the listeners.
They want good questions that they can also answer.
They want to hear Daniel say, Rhys, your father made you wrong.
No, they don't. They
That's
want
what
him
they
to be my
want.
friend.
As a massive fan of the show,
Okay, switch off every mic now.
I definitely wanted to hear that. That is the soundbite I look forward to most of anything I've ever heard in my entire life. There is nothing that compares.
Mate,
And I
compares to. Just bring it down.
yeah.
Mate, you think my father made me wrong?
Oh, wow. I mean, I can't argue the point. Mum and Dad really. If it wasn't God, it was Mum and Dad. Like I know Dad was on the bottom because he f***ed up. That happened.
Nearly
That happened.
had another spit take over there.
You are so lucky my
He
cup
nearly
is empty.
he dropped his mug. He didn't nearly spill it.
Oh, shit.
Doctor goes to my dad, your son has a rare disability, and Dad goes, not surprised.
I knew we shouldn't have had sex on top of the microwave while it was on.
Yeah.
The microwave. Holy shit.
If you want to double your Jeopardy, tune in next week.
Jump on the Patreon.
Guys, I was backed into a
Double
corner,
up.
okay?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. That's great. Okay, now-
Pick on the cripple.
Story of my life.
I'm just glad it wasn't me for a change. I need to have a cripple between me and Rhys at all times.
Wait, don't call my cousin a cripple.
Oh, mate, don't do a callback. Callback's not any good. That's a comedy rule, mate. No callbacks.
Oh, good ones are all right.
Comedy gold, by the way.
That is episode 87. May we recover in time for 88. We shall see next week when we're going to be talking about the season finale of Stargate SG-1.
Guys, I'm still in town at that time. Can I come back?
Maybe
think
not
about
after
it.
this.
Yeah.
Depends if you get the shit beat down of you outside by Rhys later on.
Oh, no, God, no. I mean, he's going to beat me later on, but it's not going to be the shit out of me.
But you're going to call him Daddy while he does it.
He's going to call me Daddy.
Again?
I call him Dwayne. It's a rock thing.
Dwayne the Cock Johnson.
No, don't. Come on. Show a little class.
Sorry. Dwayne,
The schlong.
you've massive Johnson in my face.
Way better.
That's exactly it.
On the next Stargate SG-1, they
Headphones off,
seized an enemy ship.
Kronos gave us his ship, and he got what was coming to him.
This is a sun that poor Ash is orbiting.
We want to blow it up.
Pull out!
Richard Dean Anderson stars
Mayday! Mayday!
Jack, can you hear me?
on the next Stargate SG-1.
Good trailer. We'll be back next weekend to talk about Exodus episode 22. If you've just joined us for the first time, what a entrance into this podcast. I know I've said that plenty of times over our 87 plus episodes, but That was something quite unique today. So you want to go back and check out the best of us and the worst of us, all of our old podcasts on the Get Into Gate, a Stargate podcast channels across the podcasting platforms.
Definitely it's the worst of us today, I think.
Oh, whoa.
Or the best.
In the best possible way.
I'll be very interested to see what
best.
makes the cut when I listen back to this.
Hopefully all of it.
I better fucking make every single you better not edit a single thing I said out of this, bitch. Not a fucking single thing. I will be... I will
if you
complain
do, it's
to
a hate crime.
Exactly right. I will fucking complain to the disability advocacies. I will fucking be down on your ass. You think you'll have a job in radio after this? No. I better not hear a single bleep. I don't want to be dropped out. I don't want to be like nothing. I want equality, bitch.
Oh my god. So you won't be back next week, obviously.
Please have me back.
Find us on the socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get Into Gate, a Stargate podcast. Or as Muddy said, if you want to double your Jeopardy, patreon.com/Get Into Gate. Support the show, join the show more importantly, and get behind the scenes access and exclusives.
We got giveaways. We're giving away at the end of September 5 SG1 arm patches, the shoulder patches. They're little arm patches you can get, or to get in the draw, all you have to do is jump onto our Patreon.
And unlike Daniel Jackson from last week, you can wear it the right way if you want. So
Exactly.
It's yours to do as you see
The
fit.
end of September. That's
We draw it next week, first week of September, so jump on board.
And
Also,
it's 4,
if,
by the way.
if you can't afford to jump on Patreon, just give us the old 5-star iTunes review.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to help out the show, obviously the iTunes review gets us out there more.
And if anything, it surprises me every time I jump onto our Get Into Gate Facebook page and it says 5-star podcast. I'm like, oh, fucking really? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Makes
a lot of sense.
I'm like, oh, I better listen to this. Hang on, no. Otherwise, catch us individually on the socials. I'm Mitch_Lewis on Twitter and Instagram. Matty, where you at?
At High Pitch Matty on the stuff and things.
On the stuff and things, Brendan.
At the Brendan Gibson on Twitter and Instagram.
Rhys.
I'm at the Flying Gibson.
And Josh, if they want to pay you out individually, if they dare, because
Yeah,
this
would
is
dare.
this is the sort of stuff you say to us, and you like us.
Yeah,
So,
exactly right. Yeah. It's at Joz TV on Instagram.
Nice. So you're back next week?
Back next week, if you'll have me.
Finish out Season 4 with Exodus, Episode 22 of Season 4. We'll be back, same bad time, same bad channel, right here on Get Into Gate.
Shirt, it all works.
GetIntoGeek.com.
Hey, Rhys, didn't you get married yesterday?
Oh, yeah.